The partner of your dreams doesn't exist, and if they did, they wouldn't want you. But it's okay. That's for everybody. I'm gonna give you 3 reasons as to why they wouldn't want you. Number one, are you the best version of you yet? Like, have you done everything that you wanted to do in your life? Not even everything, but have you knocked off all the things on like your checklist and you really don't have anything to worry about? Like, most of the time, money is most people's biggest hurdle to get over, right? Not saying people don't have internal issues, but most of us, it's money. Do you have the money for that? Like, are you stable enough to be in any kind of relationship, regardless of how perfect this person may seem or may be? You know, um, that, but more importantly, have you conquered like the darker parts of yourself? Have you done the shadow work? Have you really realized who you are in all facets of life and just kind of accepted that? And if you haven't, then you're not prepared for such a relationship, or at least a relationship of that caliber. Or if anything, just a person of that caliber. It's not to say that you gotta just be lonely, but the person of our dreams is going to be better than everybody else. So you have to be prepared for that. Another thing about that is another thing about that is like it's kind of selfish to think that everything that you want in a person is going to be findable and that they want to do this willingly with you for the rest of their life, but they almost have no say in the matter. Like, women think that men are just gonna stop shopping in the men's beauty selection with all the silver and wood and shit, and just come over to where they are and say the perfect thing and swoon them away. Men think that women are just gonna die at our feet because of how we look or how we dress or our finances and things. And it's like, what about what they want? What if you're not what they want? What if they're settling for you? That's something that you really have to put into perspective. The second point, what are you willing to sacrifice? A lot of us, especially nowadays, we don't want to sacrifice anything. We don't want to have to give up parts of our lives in order to make someone else happy or in order to sometimes just get to the next step in life that we need to get to. So, if you're going to be with a person of this caliber, are you prepared to sacrifice social media, certain friends, certain things that you do, certain things that you wear, certain actions and behaviors that you partake in? Are you prepared to become a whole different person for a whole different level of person? Um, and it's not to say that you personally aren't, but a lot of us nowadays don't want to have to change who we are because we've been kind of coddled and told that like we're good enough, you know. And it's not to say that we're not good enough, but at the same time there be more, or at the same time there's more that needs to get done in certain situations and for certain relationships. So if you want someone to be that serious about us, then we have to be that serious about them. And it's going to require some sacrifice. Also, are you proactively accountable? Like, if this person tells you that they want to continue to move forward with you, but you have these ways about yourself and you're not kind of owning up to it, um, are you actually going to be accountable in a good way or just saying I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do this no more? The last part is really just asking, how are you gonna keep them? How do you expect on keeping someone that can go get anyone that they want? Ladies, if there's a man who's 6 feet, who makes all the money, who's got the best sex, everything on your list checks off, how are you going to keep him? You can't trap this man with a baby. You can't just fuck his brains out. You can't do what you do with certain level men. So how are you going to do this for a S tier man? Men, same thing for women. Like, if she's gonna be of a certain height, in shape, cute, she gets her money, everything that you want. How are you gonna keep another man who may be doing better than you financially, or that she just might be attracted to? How are you gonna keep that away from destroying your relationship. Like, what do you bring to the table that is so uniquely you that no one can find it anywhere else on the planet, and no one would replace it for anything else? So, with those things being said, it's better to not have a dream partner. To me, I've been really plotting this up the last couple of days. Most people want the looks and the aesthetic of like a 9 or a 10 from their partner, but they want them to have the humility and the personality of almost something like a 6 or like a 7 or almost a little lower. And with all that being said, going back to averages, the average would kind of be like, hey, most of us need to find a 6 or a 7, someone who looks good enough but also has those traits that we were looking for, and just keep it pushing, because everyone's not going to get this high quality, I would say high quality, but a high value man. Everyone's not going to get a high value woman. Like, it's just not going to happen for everybody. So be a little more realistic with who you are and what you want. Go for what you want, but still, about find a 6 or a 7. You should be good. That's it. Just bring it down.